Good afternoon. How are we all today? Just find myself on here. So that if anyone does join us live, I can see. I'll turn that off. I can see comments. There we go. So, yeah, how are we on this bit of a miserable Thursday today here? Woke up and it was lovely. The sun was shining. And yeah, it was fab. Not anymore. It's gone rather dull. But never mind. Not to worry. So today I'm going to recreate a card that I showed yesterday with the Waves of Inspiration bundle. I've actually had an order off a friend of mine who wants a couple of those, so I thought perfect way to make one of them for her, and I'll share it today and recreate that. But first I thought I'd share with you some of my goodies that I got on stage. I shall share my swaps next week because I'm going to stay at my dad's next week with Hayden. So I thought I'll share my swaps out because there won't be no live. So I won't carry the theme on. So yeah, perfect time to share what swaps I got. So get rid of that. I will turn you round and I'll share what I have. I don't know if I get any better at doing this at all. Doesn't seem to. Never mind. There we go. Okay, so first thing to show you is the bag. I think on stage at home so far we've had a bag, but this has to be the best bag. Hello Cheryl, how are you? Working hard, I hope. Yeah, this has to be the best bag we've had. I love it. I'm not a black girl, as you may know. I'm navy. Everything I wear is navy, but love this. Love the colours, love the design. We have pockets on the side for our water bottles. Of course you're working hard, yeah, okay. And pockets within pockets for all those little bits and pieces. I mean, it's fantastic just as a backpack, but it's great as a crafting backpack because this opens, which leads into the main compartment there, and we have another little pocket with pockets, and it's one of those backpacks that's got the metal in, so it's reminds me of a mouth. And then there's a pocket for your laptop and lots of pockets inside, and there's a pocket either side, and this one has a lead and a charging point for your power bank. So yeah, but in that we also had this bag, which I forgot to get down, or box, which fits inside here perfectly. And then there's a shelf in there, so you don't have to take everything out to get that out. But then this opens up and it's got pockets and bits for pens and whatever. But then these actually move, so you can divide it to fit whatever you want, and that's hard, so nothing's going to get broken or bashed. So yeah, love that. Don't know what I'm going to use it for yet, but I'm sure there'll be something. And then my name tag with my lanyard, and we got a token to go on a gumball type machine, and we got tradable pin badges. And those are the 3 I got. I didn't see many people trading them this time. I think because they're just abstract shapes, it didn't really matter. Apparently they all fit together to make a shape. Don't know how at all, but apparently they do. But yeah, people didn't seem to be trading them at all. I think we all preferred, in past years we've had like an on stage one, and then actual little images. I know we've had bees and lollipops and stuff, and I think they've gone down better. Right, so let's put all this in my bag and then I'm not going to be in too much of a mess to craft. We had a notebook. Love a good notebook. It's padded, embossed on it with lots. Yeah, that's one to go into the collection. I do use them, but I'm still on my first one. We were all given, we have Prize Patrol, where we have a number. You kept mine, Cheryl says you kept yours because two of it, well, it makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah, if you've got the colour ones that you like, keep them. I didn't get mine out. Once I'd looked at them, I didn't get them out again. We all received one of the new kits that's coming up. And this has them pom-pom honeycomb. So yeah, can't wait to have a play with that. Maybe after I'm back from my dad's, I can show that to you all. Then we had a product playground where we just went round and saw new stuff and picked up a badge. Now I did pick up my first on stage badge because I dropped and re-signed up. I rejoined under Louise, my same upline but part of a new team. It was officially my first on stage. So yeah, I got one of those. And oops, we had pens, and these are lovely soft. And something I didn't realise until recently is that they're actually all different colours. I thought they'd all just be, still got the wax on there. Oh man, thought they'd all be like blue or black, but they're not. It's just got a little wax tip on. Purple, or pink, and purple and yellow and green. But they are so nice to hold. Really soft, like the notebook. But yeah, so they will go into my box with all my pens. I do have a large box with Stampin' Up pens. I'm not currently using any. You know, it's like we get loads of pens. We got a lovely double pin badge. We always get a pin badge with on stage. I love that. A lot of people have put that on the backpacks. Looks nice. So yeah, we got that. And some stickers with our colour families. Unfortunately, they'd ran out of the neutrals in English by the time I got there, but never mind. Have those. We were all given a chance to craft as well with some of the new products that's coming up. And at lunchtime we've got a collection that's called Mix and Match, and you get card bases and then loads of pre-cut die cuts ephemera, and we all made a card or two. Oh, I've spilled some on that. Let's see if my glue rubber will disperse over. Oh yeah, good old glue rubber. go. But yeah, that's the card I made. But we didn't have a block to stamp with. Some people were using the stamp case, some people just did it on hand, so I didn't put a sentiment on mine. I thought I can do that at a later date. But how pretty is that? There's some fabulous things being made. I can't wait to get the ephemera packs. And then I also had one of the cards from the other pack. There's two lots of cards. It was just shared out between people. And then what else did we get? Lots of little bits. We had to, well, you didn't have to, but filled in your path for where you're going. And I've said silver, that's my next promotion. Oh, that's Succeed Weekly. There was lots of stuff to help you.
Dog breed of the day.
Alexa, stop. Didn't mention her name, but she likes to talk. 30 post ideas for Instagram. This was the product playground, so I kept that. Just went through and looked at lots of new products. That was my envelope with my lunch tickets in. We had a colour wheel. We were all given a colour wheel. Unfortunately, they ran out of English. I got an English colour, but my top is German. But I'm just going to translate it and put some stickers over it. Still use it, still shows, not a problem. So yeah, and that's got that nice soft feel to it as well. Never understood a colour wheel. Never. I've had many people go on about colour wheels and I've printed them off and looked at them and I'm like, what? I just don't, doesn't make sense until now. And with what's in the catalogue and this, the new catalogue has a colour wheel in and explains it a little bit. I understand, I get it, so I can be using that more. And then for my prize patrol, I won the Mediterranean Blooms. This is a new paper that's coming up. Now, me and my upline Louise, we share papers and ribbons, buy them between us and share them. Because neither of us use a lot and we always end up with lots at the end. So it means we get a bit of everything. We can have more product, if you understand that. So yes, so I shared these with Louise. We've got some lemons. Now this isn't something I would buy myself, but I like to be given and receive products that I wouldn't necessarily choose to buy, because it pushes me and it means I get to share products that I wouldn't normally. So yeah, I'm quite happy with this. Now if you don't like big bold citrus, the back side are nice little blue patterns. It's all blue and white, so that will be the side I'll be using mainly, that one. And like lots of people said, because we're in Rotterdam, this just reminds them of like the Delft pottery, because that's all blue and white. I like this, lots of little, don't know what they are, daffodils. They look very much like daffodils, but daffodils don't grow like that. So, oh, it's them, isn't it? It's the blossom. Okay. So yeah, like that. And some more of the blue and white. These can be cut out. I believe that the die set to this week, because this is part of this week, cuts out some of these, if not all of them. But you can fussy cut them. I won't be buying the rest. I'm just going to be showing you how you can use your pack, just create with the papers. And I will use some of this and some more of the blues. And now we have oranges. And I apologise if you can hear that. Hayden's in and he's using the hairdryer. Oranges again to be cut out, and another pattern. And then Louise received as her prize patrol this, which is part of like another suite, but that's a huge suite that has 2 stamp sets and dies with it. And this is all wood, which is great for many backgrounds. Brilliant for men's cards. I can see this with, especially that one, seaside type, and that one, cards. The suite that it's from is quite countrified. What's with it? I think there's a bird house and stuff, and it goes really well with that, obviously. Look at that. That's beautiful. Can't remember what it's called, but yeah, that's something that's coming in the new catalogue. And then Louise was given by our DDM, she was given a carrier bag of goodies, stuff that had been used throughout the week and that, because of all the help that she gives everyone with tech. Louise is a fabulous tech person who does websites, runs a membership, Tech for Stampers, which is all based around having your own website if you're a demonstrator. So check that out. But yes, she got this bag, and inside was a pack of papers, so she shared those with me. Sorry, packs of cards. So I had those, and stamp sets, which this is the one that goes to the mix and match set that we use for the making the card. So it's got great sentiments in there, very useful, and a black ink pad. So yeah, come back with lots of stuff, lots of goodies, and obviously the new catalogue I come back with, which you may have seen about, and it is very different to previous catalogues lately. Yeah, can't show you the inside, I'm afraid, only the cover. But I will be ordering my catalogue soon, so if you do want a copy and you haven't got a demonstrator already, do drop me a line, and I'll get a copy out in the post to you. Now, with the new catalogue comes a retiring list. There are lots of products retiring, lots of products carrying over. The Waves of Inspiration that we're using this week is one of these retiring products. Hi Julie. Hello Austin and Chester. Hi. Yeah, this product is retiring. The retirement sale starts, and last chance sale, I believe the 9th of April. I believe it's the 9th. Yeah, I will double check that. But there's lots of great offers, but if there is something you really want, get it now, because a lot of things are going to be discounted, and they are only while stocks last. Like the retiring in colours, they sell out fast. And talking of in colours, I do have this from the new ones. How beautiful are they? We've got Peach Pie, Petunia Pop, Pretty in Pink. Those of you that have been around a long time will know that Pretty in Pink is a returning colour from many, many moons ago. Shy Shamrock and Summer Splash. All the P's and S's this time, but how gorgeous are they? Very, very summery. Totally different to the ones that we're losing. They're very almost primary and vibrant. These are just nice bright summer colours. So yeah, can't wait to get hold of those as well. So let's get on with our crafting, shall we? I'll just wet my scrub to clean my stamps off. So, waves of inspiration. So for today's card, I have cut all my bits out ready. And I've got a Night of Navy card base, which is our standard 14.9 by 10.5, half a sheet of A4 folded in half. Our first layer, which is 14.4 by 10. I have a couple of scraps. Oh, sorry, this is boho blue. So I have a scrap of boho blue, a scrap of smoky slate. I have a piece of Fluid 100 watercolour paper, which is 12.4 by 8. Yes, I write it on because I can't remember. And a Night of Navy layer, which is 12.7 by 8.3. So that'll just give us a little. So first of all, we are going to stamp on here our wave image. Now, we don't sell our stamping platform anymore, unfortunately, but I do still use mine because I find it easier. There are plenty out there. This stamp's a large stamp, which would need the great big F block. Now, I struggle with holding that. Hi, Kat. Hi, creatively minded. Yeah, I struggle with holding that sometimes. Hi, Hayden.
I've left your hairdryer on the bedside thing so it can cool.
Okay, thank you.
Also, I've just saw the cat pulling her hair out.
Okay, I'll check the cat later. Thank you. Hayden let me know where he's left my hairdryer and that the cat's pulling her hair out. Sort that after. Yeah, so I still use my stamping platform. So I'm going to pop my card in there. Now, because this stamp goes all the way across, I'm just going to put my magnets at the top here. And then I'm going to line this up so that I know it's overhanging each side, which is fine. It means I'll get a full image, and at the bottom, like so. In fact, I'm going to pull it down a bit because I don't want it too high. There we go. That's okay. That looks level. Yep. Okay, so I'll click that on. I'm just going to pop the stamp set underneath there because I find it easier to ink up than having a slope. I'm going off a little bit, aren't I? A bit further over today. I've moved my stuff that I used to have there, moved my mat over, but I've gone over too far. So I'm going to ink that up with boho blue to start with. That, and then I'm just going to press that down on there. And then the good thing about this is we can lift it up, and if we're not happy, we can go again, and it's going to go back in exactly the same place. But that's it. I'm happy with that because I'm going to add other colours. So I'll pop that to one side, and our stamp case can go back. Right, and I'm going to do a bit of watercolour into this, and I'm going to use the Pretty Peacock and Lost Lagoon. I'm just going to bring in some grid paper, a cleanish piece of grid paper, so that we haven't got ink run everywhere. Could use my glass mat, but hey ho. And I'm going to get our medium water painter. I'll open both of those, and I'm going to get a bit on blocks. So that one and that one. Okay. And then if you've watched me for a while, you'll know that I always have a pot of water. I find it easier than squeezing. And I'm just going to add some water to those. Like so. And just to start off, I'm just going to do a wash over just with water. And you'll see the ink will all start to move and smudge, which is great because water's not all one colour, so we need those different colours in there. I'm going to go in with the Lost Lagoon because water also isn't blue, and it does, though we say water blue, it appears a bluey green, sometimes more blue than green. So just to make it that bit more realistic, I'm going to go in with Lost Lagoon all over, just trying to get those colours to smudge that bit more. There we go. And then I'm going to go in with a bit of Lost Lagoon just in the areas where it would be darker. I'm just popping that in. There's no right or wrong to this at all. It's just wherever you want to put. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. That's okay. Now we need this to dry. Now when you dry it, it will go lighter, so it might mean that I go back in and add more ink, but we can see. Sorry for the noise. I'm as bad as Hayden. I'm just leaning it so that it runs down rather than running everywhere. Sorry, on my back. Okay. Now that's okay, and I'm happy with that, how that looks. So now I'm going to add my sky before I add the extra details to my water. And for my sky, I'm going to use a very light wash of Pool Party. And there's plenty in the lid of this. And it's just so that it's not the cream of the card. And I need more water than that. And it doesn't matter that that'll be a bit darker in that one area, because like the water, the sky is not all one colour. There we go, we're doing that. So it's just took that blandness off it, the cream. So we can put that away and we can set those to one side. We don't need those. And then we'll dry this again. And then we'll add our finishing touches to our water. And allow those to dry while we do the rest of our card. There we go. That's okay. And we'll set that to one side. Just give that a wipe to make sure I haven't got any ink or water. It's an old tea towel that I keep for crafting. So for our layer, our boho layer, boho blue, I'm going to emboss that using the Hatch out of the Basics 3D embossing folders. Right, I'm just going to place that inside. If I can open it. Now with some of these, it matters whether they're straight or not with the pattern. This one doesn't, so you don't need to line it up too much. I'll just grab a cut and emboss machine. I need the big one for this, and we need, oh excuse me, base plate number 1, and we need number 4, which is our green. Sorry, I'm knocking you around here. Number 4, the grey plate, because this is a 3D embossing folder. And we'll just run that through. Now, always hinge first, so that it doesn't damage your embossing folder. And pop that away. Close that. And then we have a lovely Hatch. Hi Carol! How gorgeous is that? Lots of texture. Okay, and we can add that to our card base, and yes, my ink has just, my glue has just come out everywhere. But never mind. I'll pop that on there. And it just gives us a nice border all the way around. Okay. There we go. It's because I store it upside down because it's coming towards the end. And then we're going to create our sentiment. But with our sentiment, we're going to be die cutting it out. And I'm going to use one of the dies out of the Waves dies, and it's this little one here, which is a banner that's got stitch around, but it's also got holes for you to put ribbon through or something like that. So I will stamp that in with Night of Navy, and I'm going to stamp a happy birthday. Julie says, I like the wave, it's lovely. Thank you. Yeah. I didn't know where this card was going when I first did it the other week for sharing. I've struggled with this stamp set, lots. But yeah, I like how it turned out. Hi Ange. So I'm just going to stamp that. That looks like it's blobbed a bit. Yeah, too much ink on there. Like blobbed on the edge. Alright, let's try that, see if that's better. Just stamp that. Perfect. Give that a clean. Yeah, sometimes if you've got a very juicy ink pad and you've got a stamp that's got very tiny details in it like that, you can see. Maybe. Is it gonna? No, it's not gonna focus on that, is it? It's got tiny, tiny gaps in it. No. Oh, maybe a bit. They can fill up with ink if you ink it up too much. And then when you stamp it, see how it's got bobbles on the edges. It just looks a bit messy. So, right, we're going to die cut that, And I'm also going to die cut some birds. Now in here there's a die that does 2 birds. So we'll run that through, just rip that off, don't need that. I'm just going to use a mini machine for this. And I'll pop that on. Those, it doesn't matter if that moves, but this does. I want to make sure I keep that nice and straight. So I'll use a bit of washi tape. Move that up a bit. I'm just going to place it on my jumper. Get rid of some of that sticky because I don't want it to rip my card stock. And just get that in the centre. I'm not that good at getting it perfect, but as long as it's there. I'm going to make sure it's sticking to the die and sticking down to the cardstock that's outside of the die, just in case it does catch. And then we can run that through. There we go. Pop that away. Pop that away. I'll just grab my pokey tool. Get those out. That'll be hard to see against this background. But that just gives you the 2 little birds. I presume they're seagulls, means it's a sea, but you could have them as any bird you fancied. And we have our sentiment on our banner. Now I have got in here somewhere a 3rd bird, because we like odds, and that's from Big 4. There's one in there. Right, so I'm going to now add the finishing touches to this, and I'm going to use crafting. Just grab crafting, and I'm going to get a little block, and I'm just going to add a little bit on there. Come on, she says. It doesn't want to come out, it's very thick. There we go. I only need a tiny bit for this, and all I'm going to do is where the foam from the spray for the waves will be, I'm just going to use my finger and add it to there. And it's just where the waves are crashing, where they're breaking, and it also gives more texture. I'll bring it round a bit. If you see that, and see it's just adding a bit more texture. Now it will die down a lot once it's dry. It won't be so stark white. But I just like to add a little bit along there as well. Just to add a bit, because waves break. Well, there's bits of waves breaking all along. It's not just there, though I've concentrated the majority of it there. I'll just add some highlights here and there. Okay. And we'll just give that a quick dry. minding my bird. And then as you can see there, it's a stark white. Once it's dried, it sort of goes a bit transparent and you can see the colour through. But I am going to add, I think it's this one, just a tiny bit of wing Castella around, because the sea glistens, water glistens, and I'm not doing it all over. I'm pressing this as I'm doing it. There's not a lot coming out, but it's coming out in some places more than others, and not in others. Okay, there we go. No, I wiped it on my hand there just to clean it off to make sure there was no ink on it. Okay, then we're going to attach that to a Night of Navy layer. Now I am going to put quite a bit of glue on here. One, because it's watercolour card that's textured, it's thicker and heavier, and also because we've wet it and heated it, it has misshapen a little, so that will just make sure it holds flat. So I'll just press that down, and as you can see, until it's gone tacky and caught, it does lift. We don't want that. Okay, there we go. Turn it over, give it a good smooch. Right, I'm going to pop our sentiment on. Now for this I'm using the Starry Sky metallic woven ribbon. I know we haven't used Starry Sky, but these aren't exact to the colour they are, I find. So I think that works really well with the Night of Navy. So we shall pass that through there. And oops, through there. I'll chop that off so we've got enough to attach either end. I haven't got a lot of this left, and this is retiring as well, so that's fine. It's nice to know that I've used it. Right, and I am going to raise that, so before I fix my ribbon, I've got enough either side, I know that, to wrap round, and then oops, I'm going to add dimensionals to it so that I can lift it. And just put one in the middle and two at either end. There we go. Take the backings off those. Oops. And then place that on where we want it. I'm going to have it there. And then I can wrap this round and attach that at the back with a glue dart or whatever. I'm going to use a little bit of double-sided tape. So we'll just make sure that that's straight. Okay. Pop that on there. And another little bit of this one. That on there. And you can trim the ends off if you want to, you don't have to, but it's just less under there. And then I'm going to sit that on no, I'm not going to put it on dimensionals because it's quite a thick card anyway with all the layers and that. So plenty of glue on there because that's quite heavy again. And we'll place that in the middle. And just got a nice border all the way around just to show off that embossing folder. When I was originally creating this, I didn't emboss it first and it just looked a bit plain for me. I think with this being quite flat. There we go. And then we can add our birds. So I'll just pop a tiny bit of glue on there. That can go under there. Oops. Pick these up. So it's Easter this weekend, isn't it? Has anyone got any plans for this weekend? I haven't as yet. Hayden's off to his boyfriend's house. I'm going to stay there for the weekend. Dell's working tomorrow instead of going in on Saturday. But yeah, we haven't made any plans. Maybe I'll get to craft all weekend. That'll be nice because I won't be doing any next week with being at my dad's. And I'm just going to add some iridescent pearl basic jewels. Doesn't need a lot, but I wanted something. And I feel these are the best to use to blend in with the sea. And the white, oops. Cheryl says she's on her daughter's hen day on Saturday. Oh, wow. Oh, how fantastic. Oh, I bet that'd be amazing. Are you indoor, outdoor? If you're outdoor, I do hope the weather holds for you. I haven't seen the forecast for the weekend. And Carol's crafting, and hopefully eldest daughter and her fiance be around Sunday for a nice roast. Oh, yes. Nice Sunday roast. It's been a while since we had a Sunday roast. It's not something we do very often anymore. Hayden doesn't eat meat, so he's not fussed about a Sunday roast as such. And I suppose me and Dale can't be bothered. It's terrible, isn't it? Can't be bothered. But Sundays is the only day Dale doesn't go to work normally. So there's things we want to get done on a Sunday. So to think about doing a dinner just gets in the way somewhat. So yeah, we end up having breakfast late. It's usually around 11, half 10, 11, something like that. And then we tend to have a takeaway on a Sunday evening after we've done what we've done, and neither of us want to cook. So yeah, takeaway. Carol says it's a lot of work for a meal and dishes. Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's worth it though. I mean, if I cook, I don't do dishes. We've got a rule in our house that applies 90% of the time. Whoever cooks, the other person does the dishes. But yeah, it's a long time standing in the kitchen. It's like Christmas. I love Christmas dinner. I love being at home for Christmas, especially when Hayden was younger. But I ended up spending most of my time in the kitchen and missing out. So as soon as he got older and he was agreeable, we start going out for Christmas dinner. We go to the local Indian, actually, and it's fabulous. They do traditional Christmas dinner, or you can have Indian, but it's brilliant. Really enjoy that. Yeah, but yeah, I miss my mum's cooking, miss my mum's dinners. Mum's dinners are always the best. Dad does the cooking, has done the cooking at mum's for a long time, but you know, Dad never cooked a meal in his life before, so things have simplified there when he started taking over, so the meals weren't the same as the way Mum did them. They're nice, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I miss my mum's roasts and her cottage pie. Mum made the best cottage pie. But yeah, so there we go. That's today's card. I hope you enjoyed that. Give you a bit of a closer look. And yeah, has a bit of sparkle to it. Maybe you can see. It's not picking it up because my light's the other way. Maybe. Yeah, not picking it up. But yeah, I like how that turned out. Thank you, Charlotte. It's a lovely card. Yeah, and a nice one for those men who we all struggle to seem to work for. Angela says she loves it. Thank you. Yeah, I do struggle with men's cards. So, yeah, that's a great one. Keeping with the blues. Can't go wrong, can you? Thank you, Carol. Says it looks lovely. Can't go wrong with blues for men. So cliche, but yeah, it's safe. Right, I'm going to hop off now. Cheryl says, great. I've 2 men's cards to make tomorrow. I think I know what they're for. I've made mine. I have blog and tutorial to write up. But yeah. Have I used blue? I can't remember, you know. Have I used blue? I don't know what. I've had them out and I've sorted them out ready to. Oh, there they are. I have used a bit of blue, but not all blue. Just a bit of blue. It's a nice colour. I like blue. Right, I'm going to go now and I'm going to get some lunch. And I believe Hayden's ready to leave. So I'll go and say goodbye to him. But thank you very much for joining me. If you aren't here live or you've missed, it's always here on Facebook. Or you can hop over to my YouTube channel where I do upload all my Facebook lives onto there. So thank you very much. And I won't see you next week because, yeah, I'm at my dad's. So I shall see you in a fortnight. Have a lovely Easter, whatever you're doing. But most of all, take care and rest. Take some time for yourself. See you all soon. Bye.